I didn't really believe in these things before. I had heard the stories growing up about the small people in the forest, the ones elders warn you about. But to me, it always sounded like something people say just to keep others from wandering too far. Still, there was always one rule. Don't go into the bush alone. There was a young man from a nearby area, someone normal, strong, the kind of person you see every day and never expect anything strange to happen to. One afternoon, he went out like he always did, and he didn't come back. At first, nobody panicked. People thought maybe he had delayed. Maybe he went further than usual. It happens sometimes. But when night came, and there was still no sign of him, things changed. People stopped making normal explanations, and the older ones started speaking quietly. Because when someone disappears in the forest, people don't just think he's lost. They ask a different question. Did something take him? By the next morning, a group went out to search for him. They followed the usual paths, called his name, checked every place he was likely to pass. But something felt wrong. There were no signs of struggle, no broken branches, no clear footprints leading anywhere. Just silence. The kind of silence that makes you feel like something is there, even when you can't see it. That was when the elders said it. This was not something that could be solved just by searching. They believed it could be the small ones, the beings said to live in the forest, the ones people don't talk about openly. Some say they are harmless, but others, especially the ones people describe as the most powerful, those are the ones you don't want to encounter, because those ones take people. And when they take you, you don't even realize when it starts. It begins with something small. You might notice something on the ground that shouldn't be there. Food, something shiny, a tiny bowl of milk, or a coin. Something that draws your eyes, or you hear a sound, a whistle, soft, controlled, not random. Some say, it can even sound like someone calling your name. You step away, just for a moment, just a few steps off the path. And somehow, that's all it takes. Because after that, things don't feel the same. The path looks unfamiliar. The trees feel closer. The air feels heavier. And before you realize it, you can't find your way back. It's not like being chased. It's more like being guided. Slowly, deeper, until you're no longer where you think you are. Some believe the people who are taken are led far into the forest. Others believe something more unsettling, that these beings don't just live in the forest, they live beneath it. Hidden spaces, places most people will never see. Places where those taken are kept, not necessarily harmed, but not free either. After some time, the search for the young man changed. They stopped relying on searching, and they called someone who deals with things most people don't understand. A ritual was performed. Quiet, serious, intentional. Words were spoken, offerings were made. It wasn't about fighting anything. It was about asking, negotiating, for the release of the one who had been taken. And then, after some time, he was found. Deep in the forest, far beyond any place he could have reached on his own. He was just there, alive, but quiet. When they brought him back, people expected answers, but he didn't speak. Not that day, not the next. Days passed, and still, nothing. And when he finally started talking, it wasn't normal. His words were slow, broken, like something inside him had changed. Even later, he never spoke the same way again. After that, I started noticing things I had ignored before. In markets, some people place charcoal and pepper around what they sell: grains, food, even canned items. At first it seems strange until you ask why, and when you do, the answer is simple. Not everything that takes can be seen. Those who return are changed, not just in speech, in ways you cannot see. Some can no longer laugh fully. Some avoid the forest entirely. Some, they whisper things no one else hears. And the elders, they warn quietly, because the forest is alive, and it remembers. They say the footprints of the Moatia face backwards. If you follow them, you're walking into their plan. If you hear something calling your name, it may not be a friend. And if you step away, even just once, you may not return the same. Even now, I hear whispers in the wind, soft whistles, tiny footsteps behind me. And I remember the boy and the others. And I know some things don't need you to believe in them to find you. So I walk carefully. I don't answer. And I never go alone. The forest is not only a place of fear, it is a place of judgment. In many West African communities, these spirits are not seen as evil. They are known as the Mamoatia, beings who live beyond human sight, but not beyond human reach. When something is stolen, and no one knows the thief, when justice fails, and silence takes over the village, that is when the elders turn, not to the law, but to the forest. A quiet ritual begins. No noise, no crowd, just a few chosen voices, and offerings placed gently on the earth. Libation is poured. Names are not mentioned. But the truth is, because it is believed, the Mamoatia already know. They see what humans cannot see. They hear what was whispered in the dark. And they follow footprints that leave no trace. Days pass. Then something strange begins to happen. The thief cannot sleep. Their body grows heavy. Their mind restless. Misfortune follows them like a shadow. Sometimes they confess. Sometimes they return what was taken in silence. And sometimes the forest takes its own justice, not out of cruelty, but balance. Because to the people, these spirits are not monsters. They are protectors, guardians of truth, keepers of consequences. And so, on special days, the same people who fear the forest return to it, not in terror, but in gratitude. Offerings are made, rituals are performed, and libation is poured once again, to say thank you to the unseen ones who do not just steal people, but protect the ones who remain.